This channel is supported by Truefire. Truefire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. So, I wanted to sort of talk about the Hartwood revival again. So, Gear for Music, I've done some videos with them with some other guitars, and one of the things that to me stands out about these guitars is that they sort of are priced in a way that the specs on these things, I think, kind of overperform relative to what else you might get in this price range, especially if you go above their very entry-level stuff to like £250, £300 sort of stuff. So this is the Hartwood Revival. Now, there are a couple of issues that I'm going to point out with this guitar. I did check with Gear for Music that they were okay with me doing that. But yeah, it's not totally perfect, but for what you're paying for this type of guitar, £200, £250, I think you get a pretty good instrument. Now, the neck shape is a comfortable C. I would suggest kind of like the Sire Larry Colton ES335s. Maybe not quite as chunky as those, but definitely not like a 60s slim neck style. So that's a good thing for me, but if you're looking for a skinnier necked ES335 type, this might not be the one for you. The fretboard feels good. I think that looks like rosewood to me, the fretboard. And it's hollow. We've got a block through here. It's pretty tidily put together, to be fair. Like, there's not any obvious issues in terms of finishing or anything like that. There's also this Bigsby thing, and you'd expect, for me, sometimes the S335s can be a bit heavier, especially if you put a Bigsby on there, but this is actually pretty lightweight still. I'll get the actual weight for you and flash it up on the screen. We've got like a roller type bridge here, so it's, yeah, this Hartwood branded. But now, the issues, there was a high fret up at the, so I think it'd be the 16th fret is high. Around 15th, 16th fret here, there's like a little bit of sprout. So I've tried to sort of sand that back a bit. This is not the lowest action in the world, so I think if you tried to get any lower, you'd get more of these types of issues. So it could maybe do with a fret level, something like that. Might not be a bad idea. You know, take this to a tech, and you'd have quite a nice guitar. I think it's quite a good starting point. Could be a good mod platform as well if you like the overall feel and, you know, playability of the guitar, which is pretty good. The other thing is that typical of most guitars at this sort of price range, it's not the tidiest nutwork in the world. There's no sort of deal breakers per se, but that is the one area that I think generally gives cheaper guitars away. Let's just play it for a bit. As I say, important to remember this is like a £250 guitar. Feels very alive. And the frets are not, they're pretty smooth. And you'll probably hear, that's where I'm getting a bit of fret buzz, where this fret here is a little high and is, well, sprouted a little bit. Right, now the moment of truth, let's try the Bigsby. I wouldn't just tell you this guitar impressed me if it didn't. This is actually quite a lot of fun to play. I've just been playing it sort of downstairs, unplugged and stuff. It does have quite a nice character, especially when you take into account it's a £250. I think they do a version that's 200 as well. I think it's actually a really pretty decent guitar for the money, excepting that you might potentially get a guitar with some sort of fretting issues. I would say, you know, if you were able to factor in sort of taking it to a tech for a fret level or something like that, you'd have, I think, a guitar that would last you really decently, especially considering the money for it, and that could be definitely a guitar that might inspire some different things, especially if you're like me, not someone who's going to use something like an ES335 all the time. An inexpensive sort of starting point might not be a bad idea. These pickups seem to sound pretty good to me. The roller bridge Bigsby thing seems to be working quite well. I imagine with a little bit more attention on the nut, you could actually get that sort of staying in tune better, even more so. It's pretty cool, I think. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Thanks to Gear for Music for getting me involved. This the Hartwood Revival. I think looks pretty nice, sounds really nice, has a lot of guitar for £250, a lot of vibe. Pretty impressive. If you think I should give this guitar away, leave a comment below and I'll see if I can get Gear for Music to let me give that one away. Cheers.